Hello children, today let's discuss the first lesson, the best Christmas present in the world from the text Honeydew. The lesson, the best Christmas present in the world, conveys a message that war and fight only brings death and sadness all around the world. We should follow the path of peace for maintaining happiness in this world. Before we move on to the lesson, we have to understand the historical background of this lesson. This is a story based on the First World War, which happened in 1914. It highlights the peaceful celebration of Christmas between two enemy armies, that is, the British and the Germans. Now, let us understand what the lesson is all about. The author of this lesson wanted to buy a roll-top desk. He found one in a junk shop. He bought it because it was not expensive. But it was not in a good condition, as it was partially destroyed by fire and water. He decided to restore it. He began to work on it on Christmas Eve. While doing it, he found a letter in a small tin box. Over it he found a small paper which read, "Jim's last letter." He opened the box and read the letter. The letter was written by Jim Macpherson to his wife Connie on December 26, 1914. In the letter, he wrote about a wonderful incident that had happened on the battlefield on Christmas Eve. The English and German armies were at war. They stood at their respective trenches. Suddenly Jim saw someone waving a white flag from the enemy's side, and he heard Christmas wishes. The English too responded and wished them from their side. Soon the enemies were talking with each other, sharing their thoughts and food and everything. Then suddenly a soldier brought a football and the soldiers played football in no man's land. Now what's no man's land? No man's land is a strip of land between two countries. Hans Wolff, who belonged to the German army, suggested that world would be a much better place if problems were solved by football matches rather than wars, because no lives are lost in a football match. Soon the peaceful celebration came to an end and both the armies walked back to their trenches. That night both the armies were heard singing Christmas carols. Jim Macpherson ended the letter hoping that the war would soon come to an end. He wrote that both the armies longed for peace and he was sure that they would be together once again. After having read the letter, the author decided to give the letter to whom it belonged. He went in search of Connie. He found that her house had caught fire and she was now in a nursing home. The author went to the nursing home and found Connie sitting in a chair in a conservatory. Her eyes lit up when he gave her the letter. She felt that Jim had returned home for Christmas. She made him sit beside her and she said that she had got the best Christmas present in the world.